Okay guys, we are back and with a good reason. For all you guys who tuned in last time when we talked about project, I call it NotchO Fox. My son came up with that number. Usually I name my cars women, and I thought I'd step out and do something a little different on our Foxbody notchback. And we're going with the drag inspiration. So last time, if you tuned in, you saw these 30-30 Auto Sport 15 by 10s. So all of you guys know, and if you know anything about a drag racing type setup, know that the thing now that was not as prevalent as it was when I was younger is that you run a 15-inch wheel so you can get more meat on the back as far as a drag style setup. And then what you do on the front as you run a 17-inch wheel. Now, I had a lot of issues. Every time I would find a wheel that I liked, it was too expensive. I'm not paying more for the smaller, skinnier front wheels than I'm paying for the back. Yeah, well, I know that's the thing. Some people are actually doing that. The rear wheels were, they were a fair price, I would say. Based on what wheels cost now, I would say it was a very fair price. Now, of course, the issue that I'm talking about now is finding something that made this car look really nice and really show out the fact that this is a really killer drag race setup. So after numerous putting stuff in the cart, this is not available, that is not available. I called one wheel company, and every time I tried to get in touch with someone, no one was available. I mean, I tried every which way. It says if you want this, hit this number. You want this, hit the other number. Some of these wheel companies, either they don't have the products or they don't want to sell them because no one is answering the phone. So the wheels that I end up choosing are very similar to the wheels that you guys saw when I had the Traxxas 5-liter Mustang RC car. And remember, I pulled that little gag and made it look like it was the real thing. Well, the wheels that I chose for the front are the closest thing that I could find to the wheels that were on that Traxxas car. So, without further ado, let's get to getting. I haven't seen them yet in the flesh, so we will open these together if I can without a knife. Somewhere there's a little thingy here. Now these wheels, I did have to order them, and as you can see from the box, they came from Weld Racing, and they were fairly reasonable. So we will see if I can get them open. I probably should have brought a knife down here, but once I walked down those stairs, I was not going back up. Some of you guys who are around my age, who have knee problems like I do, know what I'm talking about when I say, once I go down the stairs, I'm not coming back up until I'm coming back up the stairs. So, let's see what these wheels look like. Now, I did order these directly from Weld, and they came in just a few hours ago. As a matter of fact, they came in a few days ago, and I was not here to get them. And I was able to catch the delivery man on the ring as he was ready to walk away. I was like, hey, wait a minute. So they were going to leave notice, and I was going to have to go back down there and pick them up. And I don't know about you guys, but I hate going back to do anything. Well, in hindsight, I should have brought a knife down here, but if you don't have a knife, got a Pep Boys rewards card. How about that? That'll work. Slide this in here. That'll cut the tape. See there? Where there's a will, there's a way. That's what MacGyver would have done. Pull out that credit card. Cut that tree down. Alrighty. As they say, we are in. Dun, 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 dun. I used to have Weld wheels on my very first drag-inspired car, which was the Capri that you've seen in the previous spots on the video, the 82 Mercury Capri RS Black Magic Edition. And we have returned 2 Weld wheels on this car. Very well packaged, sealed in plenty of cardboard. Oh yes, these wheels, they got these things wrapped and tapped. All right, they're kind of heavy. You know, most of the front wheels that you buy that are drag inspired will be fairly light. But since I'm not going to actually do a whole lot of drag strip driving, I did want something that was not only give us a drag look or a drag inspired wheel, but I wanted something that was safe and something that is very streetable. So to be street legal, it is street legal. It is a street legal wheel. Like I say, it's a little bit on the heavier side, but it's going to look, if you remember that RC car, this is going to look very, very similar to the wheels that were on here. They are. Woo-wee. Man, these things look amazing. I'm impressed. Genuine Weld wheels. They have like a cut billet with the black outer with the cut billet, you know, the not polished but like cut raw billet look to them. I love them. I love them. Definitely look like a drag front wheel. Now, some of you guys are going to ask me, well, what size are they? These are not your traditional size wheels. These are 17 by 5. Most people will run a 17 by 4.5, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I wanted to keep the tire with the biggest contact patch in the front on a wheel of this size, so that I'm going to be running Mickey Thompson front and rear tires. We're going to be running the Mickey Thompson SR radials in the front, which will be 26 by 6 by 17 on the radial. And these, if you want to know the exact size, and I'm going to go out and just kind of stick them on the car so you guys can see, but these are 17 by 5 with a -21 offset, gloss black with the milled inset, 2.15 backspace. That's what that's what that comes out to. So there they are. Hope you guys like them. And as I say in all of my videos, if you don't like what you see, then it's okay. Then build one the way you want it. Because this Mustang, which is probably my last build, is going to be done just like I like. And it's going to be done with the things that I like to do on it. It's going to look exactly like I intended for it to look. I'm one of those guys who, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Not only that, if I choose a direction, I will stick with it into the end. Now, there are times when I will make a mistake. I'll say, okay, this or that didn't look exactly like I wanted it to, and I reserve the right to say, okay, I'm not going with that. Because at the end of the day, and you should be the same way too, it's not about what other people think your car looks like. Yes, it's nice to have someone say, hey, I like that car. That's cool. But at the end of the day, you're the one driving the car. If it makes you happy, and build it the way you want it to be built. Don't go with what everybody else is doing, and then you're riding around a car and you don't even like the car because you did everything that somebody else wanted on theirs instead of what you wanted on yours. So yeah, stick with that. And if you do that, I promise you, you'll always come out on the winning end. So these are 15s and these are 17s. As you can see, 15s can fit all the way on the inside of those. Now, some people who are watching who don't know anything about drag racing, who don't know about wheel offsets and diameter tires and all the things that go into putting together a hot street car or even a drag race car, are not going to understand. Well, those wheels are, the tires in the back are going to be bigger than the ones in the front. No. And I'm going to shoot this picture up here and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, you all have a blessed week. We'll be back again. NotchO Fox.